welcome to Total Carbohydrates. Ah, carbs. Another nutrient that kind of gets unfairly treated simply because, excess carbs, we know leads to fat gain. But carbs, you guys, are the most efficient source of energy for your body. And the way your body processes and utilizes carbs goes a little something like this. All right, so the first step, you guys, we eat the food, and the carb molecules are then broken down into smaller sugar molecules and enter the bloodstream. The rise in blood sugar levels will trigger the pancreas to produce insulin. Insulin then takes the sugars from the bloodstream to the cells. The cells burn the sugars for energy and then expel the waste. And then any sugar that is left over is then delivered to the liver, which then converts it into fat and then stores it in the body. There are two types of carb molecules. There are complex carbs, which is a larger carb molecule that the body has to spend a lot of time and energy to break down to the sugars so that it can use that for energy. And a good analogy to use is like a steam engine. You have the worker shoveling the coal, little bit by little bit to keep the train going at a constant, steady pace. Similar to that. The second one are simple carbs, which is the carb molecule has already been broken down and refined into smaller sugar molecules so that the body utilizes it very quickly. But because it does it so quickly, the body has to work harder to produce insulin and process the sugar because there is so much, it has to rush through it all. So a good analogy for that one would be like a roller coaster. You go up really fast and down and up and down and all over the place, and then you're done. And then you crash. So underneath the total carbohydrates, there'll be, subcategories. First one is dietary fiber. Now, fiber is a complex carb. And fun fact, it's actually mostly indigestible. So what goes in, most of it also comes out at the end. And you might be thinking to yourself, okay, why would you eat that? Why would that be helpful? But fiber, is a plant-based carb that acts like a sponge or scrub brush for your gut. It will take out all of the gunk and help you keep regular, help get rid of all the nastiness that would make your gut, inflamed and sick. And the CDC recommends that the average adult has 25 to 30 grams of fiber a day, and they have found that most people only not even get half. After fiber, we come to sugars. So another heavily abused product by food companies because they sneak sugar into everything, and I literally mean everything. And sometimes, guys, there are natural sources of sugar, being things like fruit or vegetables. Some vegetables have sugar in them. And this is where this little subcategory comes in handy, because you can say total sugars can be very high. For example, in this fruit bar, total sugars, if we can get it so it's not so blurry, 22 grams. So it's a little bit on the high side. But if you look under added sugars, there are no added sugars. So that tells you guys that all of the sugar in this bar comes from the fruit and nothing else, nothing added. Now we come to the golden boy, protein. Mr. Protein, everybody loves protein. And the reason why everyone likes protein, guys, is because the body does not store excess protein. It'll use what it needs to and get rid of the rest. It doesn't keep it. Whereas carbs, it stores it as fat, which is so sad. But protein, you guys, is used in the body to repair and replenish tissue. And not just muscles, but your bones, okay? Your skin, your hair, your fingernails, cartilage, collagen, even your blood uses protein, guys. And with that knowledge, a lot of people might think that it's a good idea to load up on the protein. But like I said, the body will only use what it needs and then get rid of the rest. So you want to have your protein intake constant throughout the day. And it is recommended that the average male should only have 56 grams of protein and the average woman 46 grams of protein. But it's important to talk to your doctor to kind of figure out what's good for you, because you can undereat protein and you can overeat protein. And there are health negatives to that, to both of those. So very important to know how much you need for your daily activity and for your lifestyle. After protein, we come to this section here, that probably nobody ever looks at. But this is one of the most crucial parts of the nutrition index, because this is all the vitamins and nutrients that are going to be in your food. And they're considered micronutrients because they're so small, in such small amounts in food, and you don't need a whole lot in your body. Whereas these ones are macronutrients, they're the big ones. But micronutrients are so important because that's the source of your cravings, guys. If you're craving certain foods, it means you're lacking certain nutrients, and your body's saying, hello, I need to eat. And you know, it doesn't say exactly what, it's kind of a guessing game, unfortunately. But that's why it's so important to look at these, and also, guys, to know what your daily need is. Last but not least, we come to our ingredients list. Usually it will be just underneath the vitamin and minerals list, but unfortunately it's not on this example here. But this is where you'll find a lot of weird words. And that usually to me is a red flag. If I don't know what each ingredient is, either one, research it or put the item back on the shelf. Because again, guys, good health is about knowing what's going into your body. So example being, obviously you can read that there, high fructose corn syrup. There's another one that's hydrogenated. Anything hydrogenated, guys, has been processed. It's not natural, and your body doesn't know what to do with it, so it's going to store it as fat. But anything hydrogenated, let's see, or anything that has like a very chemically name, that you'll see, let's see, there was another one here. This one right here, so monocalcium phosphate. What is that? I don't know. So it's worth researching to know what each thing is, whether it's a preservative, whether it's a flavor enhancer, and then what the effect is on your body. A good one I know off the top of my head is like maltodextrin or dextrose. Those wreak havoc on your gut, you guys. So another good thing to watch for. But that being said, things like a bag of chips, if you look on the ingredients list, see over there, there are 3 ingredients. Okay, and it was potatoes, vegetable oil. They do put their formula on there. They don't put the amounts, but they put what goes into their vegetable oil, and then salt. 3 ingredients. I could make that at home. I know what those are. This is okay for me, or I would consider that okay for me to eat. Another one, it's one of my favorites. This one, 2 ingredients, apples and cherries. I could grow that, and I'm getting the same thing. So again, guys, knowledge is everything when it comes to your nutrition. So important to know what is going into your body, how it's affecting your body. So with that, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope it was informative for you, and thank you so much for watching.